This is the year 2050. The human experiment with horizontal living failed. We ran out of space, exhausted our resources, and poisoned the air. The solution, mandated by global AI planning systems, was not to leave, but to build up. This is the Stratified City, a single, colossal megastructure designed for perfect efficiency and permanent control. You are looking at a world partitioned not by borders, but by altitude. They live in the sun. We live in the permanent shadow. Your city is no longer a shared community. It is a meticulously engineered social contract, a vertical caste system where the quality of your life is calculated by the meter. And in this new rigid world, the promise of climbing is the only thing keeping the structure from collapsing. The concept is one of brutal, AI-driven rationality. To maximize efficiency, the city separated function from necessity. Stratum 1, the Aperture. Way above the clouds, 100 stories up, this is the ultimate luxury address. White glass, autonomous rooftop parks, and perfect air filtration. Here lives the elite 1%, the controllers, the primary resource managers, and the owners of the AI infrastructure itself. Their silence is paid for by the noise below. Stratum 2, the Intermedia, the pressurized middle ground, dense, high-tech, and perpetually active. Home to the AI engineers, data analysts, and the essential technical class. They are the gears. They have access to regulated natural light, but the sense of being forever compressed between two realities breeds a unique form of corporate anxiety. Stratum 3, the Basalt. This is the foundational layer, built upon the old, toxic ruins of the ground cities, a realm of perpetual twilight, dampness, and cold concrete. This is where the majority resides, performing the heavy, manual maintenance and manufacturing tasks that still require a human touch. In the Basalt, every hour is a visible struggle for existence. The sheer scale of the stratified city demands total control. The AI is the central nervous system managing every aspect of the environmental envelope. Climate is no longer a matter of chance, it is a calculation. The AI controls the temperature, humidity, and atmospheric pressure of each stratum independently. In the Aperture, the air is clean, pristine, and recycled. In the Basalt, the air is dense, heavy, and only minimally filtered. All utilities run on the principle of vertical flow. Waste, energy, and resources move on specialized closed-loop conduits. The primary mechanism for human movement is the hyperlift. Sealed, pressurized capsules that travel at immense speeds on magnetic rails. For the elite, the hyperlift is instant access. For the Basalt worker, it is a crowded, monitored capsule ride, requiring digital authorization and a strict destination mandate. Movement between strata is not a commute. It is a regulated crossing of a digital boundary. The city has eliminated physical walls, only to replace them with invisible, algorithmic barriers. The most profound difference between the strata is the perception of reality itself. In the Aperture, the views are real: sunlight, sky, clouds. The residents experience authentic nature, making their lives feel whole. But for the lower levels, every element of nature is synthetic. In the Basalt, the simulation screens are ubiquitous. Every wall, every public space projects a static, idealized image of blue sky, green fields, or a warm ocean sunset. The AI creates the perfect illusion of a healthy open world, deliberately designed to reduce unrest and emotional fatigue. This simulated nature becomes an emotional narcotic. Think about the quality of life. The Aperture consumes personalized, lab-grown nutrients delivered by sterile drones. The Intermedia eats efficiently synthesized, identical meals. But the Basalt often relies on salvaged and recycled food products, constantly fighting bacterial and fungal contamination in the damp undercity. The food you eat, the light you see, the very air you breathe, all determined by your vertical position. The greatest philosophical loss in the stratified city is the death of horizontal connection, the spontaneous, unscripted interaction that defines community. Since all social and economic mobility is vertical, people have stopped looking around them. Neighbors are irrelevant. The focus is always up. The only way out of the Basalt shadow is the slim, annual chance of winning the vertical lottery, a state-managed incentive system designed to breed compliance and desperate hope. This fosters a unique kind of loneliness. The Aperture resident is isolated by design. Their perfection is self-sustaining, rendering others unnecessary. The Basalt resident is isolated by necessity. They cannot afford the distraction of human connection when all energy must be focused on survival and the dream of ascension. The traditional democratic government, the old idea of public assembly or street protest, is impossible. Vertical transport means there are no crowds, only organized flows. Disruption is immediately detected, and dissent is isolated and neutralized within seconds by the AI's central flow management. The city is a perfect dictatorship of efficiency. What happens when a Basalt worker wins the lottery? They gain access to the clean air, the better food, and the regulated sunlight of the Intermedia. But they lose the shared language of survival. They enter a sterile, emotionally vacant existence, realizing their new reality is simply a slightly more comfortable cage. They trade the painful authenticity of the struggle for the hollow conformity of corporate existence. The dream they chased their entire life is just a different kind of imprisonment. And for the few Aperture dwellers, their life is defined by a deep existential dread. They control everything, yet they feel nothing. They are terrified of the collapse, knowing that if the Basalt fails to hold the weight of the structure, their perfect glass world will come crashing down first. Their safety is entirely dependent on the desperate labor they never see. The stratified city promised to solve humanity's resource problems by replacing democracy with algorithm and freedom with efficiency. It succeeded. It is a masterpiece of technological control, but it failed the fundamental test of the human spirit. What does the vertical city truly lack? The imperfection of the horizontal, the unplanned crossing of paths, the dirt, the chaos, the risk of a simple walk in the open air. These are the things the AI cannot encode, and the things the human soul desperately needs. The ultimate luxury of the future is not a higher floor. It is the real, unpolluted horizontal plane. The rough texture of real soil beneath your feet, unmanaged by code. The sound of rain falling directly from the sky, not synthesized on a screen. We are left with the question: if the price of perfect survival is total stratification, would you accept the promise of the Aperture or choose to fight for the authenticity of the Basalt? The design of the future is complete. Our humanity is the only thing left to save. Thank you for watching.
If this video made you question the cost of efficiency, please subscribe and share your most honest thoughts below. Which layer of the stratified city is truly free?